This is my GS450 Mark II project, and the thing I want to talk about is this seat. I'm gonna make the tray, and I want to. The person that started this project, I wanted to put everything underneath with bolts, and it'll be open to all the elements, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna put a tray underneath here, but the way the seat was made, this is the seat. There's already studs in there. They're supposed to go through the seat with these bolts, like so. Put it on here and bolt it down, because you could reach everything underneath over here, but I don't want that. So that gives me a problem, because I want to be able to open this. That's this thing I want to address in this video, is how I'm going to make that thing, I don't know, make it so I can open it and reach the battery, the tricky unit, and all the electrics that are going to be inside there. And there's a few options I've got. So one is to have it open this way, so sideways, which is, I think, a good way. The other one I mentioned a long time ago was to open it like that. And the other option, and that will be that I will open the back first, like that, upwards, tilt the entire thing, and then go like that. And then I can push it down again. It's important to notice that this will be mounted permanently on this. So this is pretty heavy. I'm not sure how much it weighs, but I think about 2, well, maybe 3 kilos at least. I need something strong, because the problem I've got with this beautifully made seat, of course, because it's really nice, is that I don't want to drill inside here anymore. I don't have the paints and anything like that, so I have to make do with what I've got and not make any more holes in it than it's already got. So that's why it's difficult, but that's the main idea. I do hope that makes sense. I'm still thinking about it while I'm telling this, but I think I'm onto something. So this is my test setup now. I have this round piece of steel tubing, and I cut these through over here and here, and the same on the other side. I'm going to weld these to these brackets so they move together, and then I have to weld this to the frame. And then I've got this other piece of scrap metal that will go through, and then I should have a hinge, I think. So now I'm going to weld this little plate to the frame, and then I can cut the round bar, put the stick through, and then it should hinge, I think. So this is my insert. Add this to the end, tack it with the welder, put a cap on this end. and that way I can secure it into the hinge. Insert that and bolts. Go. Split over on this side. So this is a bit too far this way, so see, just too much over here. So I'm gonna have to undo these tacks and move just a bit over there. So I finally got the hinge done, placed the seat, put the bolts on, and then I had my first go at trying to tilt the seat. But as you can see, it's stuck. It's stuck at the rim, so something has to change. So I had to change the hinge. And I'm gonna make some brackets here, so sideways, and keep it like that. So this thing, when the seat is down, it's up here, but I can move it upward, and that will give me the room to make the tilt, I hope. So I'm going to remove that and replace it with two of those brackets. So one will be around here and the other will be over there. So that is going to go in 1, 2, ta-da! Brackets. And now I can lift this slightly, giving it more room. Here we go. Is it enough to clear it? Still isn't. God damn it. So this is what I've got now. I cut this in half, these two pieces. Then I placed a piece of tent pipe, which is from the trailer, left over. I welded it here, welded it there, welded it here, welded it there, and then cut it in half, like that. So that would give me this. And I got another hinge. Yes. Because of this extra hinge, otherwise it would go and it'd stick like that. But because I can do that, you can go further. The only thing is I can't use these anymore. So the seat is only attached here. So all I have to do now is put some tabs here to keep it from doing that. And then it's done. So after a lot of trial and error, and I've made like 3 different versions of this, but I finally figured out how to do this. As you can see, I can tilt it now, and it's fully open. And the clue was make an extra hinge. So I made an extra hinge here, and it allows me to move it around. Now it's not solid yet. Still need to make some points where these brackets will hook into, so it won't wiggle. But in the end, it works. So gotta do some welding, cleaning up, but it works. That's how it came out. So I used a double hinge system, so one over here and another in the back. The seat is only attached by these two bolts. Because I made it such thick steel, this is strong enough, this will hold. I left this bracket so I could get maybe a point to get a lock or something on there. But other than that, I've got plenty of room to put the tricky unit from NWT, star solenoid, wiring, CDI, can all fit in here easily. Got some room in here for the light, which was already in here, and of course a gel battery and a non-lithium one. So I'm pretty pleased that worked. I had to tilt it a little bit, as you can see, because the side of this thing is tilted as well. But that works perfectly, especially because I can kind of lift it over the battery as I close it. So I'm pretty happy with that. Still need to clean it up and give it a bit of a paint before it starts rusting. But made from scrap, it works great. So that's today's video. The hinge that I made so I can put the seat back on and get the tray ready for all the electrics. If you like what you saw, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also find me on Instagram. So, see you in the next one. Bye bye.